parallel and they should strike the plane of projection perpendicularly. You're getting my point? You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ortho means 90, 90 perpendicular. Okay, so that is why I gave this introduction. What is that? The first one, when the projection lines are diverging in nature, what is the image we get? When the projection lines are converging in nature, what is the type of image we get? And in our syllabus, we discuss only about the orthographic projection. What is that orthographic projection means? In orthographic projection, the size of the projection will be same as that of actual size. It means to get actual size, same size of the image, same as actual size. What are the conditions? Projection lines should be parallel to each other and they should strike the plane of projection in perpendicular direction. Okay, but when we get the projection lines parallel to each other, so when we get projection lines parallel to each other, okay, when the source is at infinity, it means what? When the observer is at infinity, we get observer at infinity, then the projection lines will be parallel. You're getting my point? You're getting my point?
yes, sir.
To get the
Yes, sir.
projection lines parallel to each other, what is the condition? The observer should be at infinity. So whenever I say you are an observer and you are looking at some object, it means it is understood that you are standing at infinite distance from the object. So what is the reason for standing at infinite distance? Why the observer should be at infinite distance? Why the observer should be at infinite distance?
To get parallel rays.
To get the projection of lines parallel to each other and also to strike the, no, that is not the reason, maybe, no, to get the projection lines parallel. So that is one important thing you should keep in mind. For that, observer should be at infinity. Okay, now one more the important thing you should understand here is, here we'll discuss the quadrants and then you will understand what is the importance of this sequence. What is the sequence? This observer, then comes object, then comes plane of projection. Okay, you're getting my point? What is the sequence? First comes observer, then object, then plane of projection. Plane of projection. It is a sequence. If you see from here, this comes first observer, then the object, then the plane of projection. That is a sequence. Okay, see, that sequence will also play an important role. Okay, you'll understand what is the importance of it. Okay, after explaining whatever it is, the quadrants and all, you'll understand what is the importance of that sequence. Okay, is that clear up to here? The projection, plane of projection, object, observer, then orthographic projection. So to get orthographic projection, what is the condition? Is that clear? Is that
Yes,
clear?
sir.
What are the conditions for orthographic projection?
Projection lines should be parallel.
When we get the projection lines parallel,
When the observer is at infinity.
when the observer is at infinity. And also other condition is the projection lines should strike the plane of projection perpendicularly. Then only we get the image of the size same as that of the actual size. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Shall I proceed? Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
You say yes. All of you. Others, I don't know how many of you are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keep responding. Keep responding. Thank you. Then one more important point you should remember. Yeah, we'll see it. This slide we'll see it little later. Now you see, yeah, maybe I'll include one more slide here. Now you see, generally what you understand. You heard that word, what do you call the quadrants? What is quadrant? What is the importance of it? You heard the word quadrant. What is quadrant? What is a quadrant? How many quadrants are there?
4.
4 quadrants. Like this. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Which one is this? Is it a first one or second one?
First.
First.
First one. This is second one. This is third one. This is fourth one. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is it that, no, in general everyone will name in this manner only? No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Others. Okay. Now see the direction in which it is named. In this direction it is named. If I start from here, in this direction it is named. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Numbering of quadrants in anti-clockwise direction. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you understand or you keep that in mind. The numbering is done in anti-clockwise direction. You keep that in mind. Okay. So with this basic, I will go to the what is the importance of quadrant? Why we should study? How it is helpful? If I want to place a point, if I want to mention the distance of or position of a particular point, what we need, what is required?
Sir,
X coordinate and Y coordinate.
X coordinate and Y coordinate.
X coordinate and Y coordinate in 2 dimension. There are 2 coordinates required, right? So what it means, what is the coordinate means? It is how far is that point from both the reference axis. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Am I right? How far is that from X axis? How far is that from the Y axis? So based on that coordinates, you will decide whether the point is in first quadrant or second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, like that. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Same.
sir.
Just remember that point. So I'll go to the next slide now. You see here also, you can see these are the what do you call quadrants. See, according to your basic knowledge itself, this is the first quadrant. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant. Okay. So you can see this blue one. This is vertical plane. Vertical plane. So the yellow color one, this is horizontal plane denoted by HP. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
What is VP? Vertical plane. What is HP? Horizontal plane. Okay. Accordingly, so I have named the quadrants first, second, third, and fourth. Okay. Now, how can I define the position of a object or point? Say if it is in the first quadrant, assume there is a point in the first quadrant like this. Can I define the point like this? Like, so it is above HP and in front of VP. I said always to understand or to solve the problem, always the observer is here. You are standing here. Okay, at infinite distance like this in this direction. Am I right? For all the 4 quadrants, the position of the observer is constant. This is how you should look at the quadrant from now onwards. From now onwards, whenever I say quadrant, it is understood you are standing at this place. Okay, at infinite distance, but in this direction, you are looking at the quadrant in this direction. Okay, now if the point is in this position, can I say For observer, for you are the observer. For you, can I explain it like this? The point is above HP and in front of VP. Can I explain like that? Above HP, in front of VP. Can I explain like
Yes,
that?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Whenever I say the point is above HP and in front of VP, it is in which quadrant?
First quadrant.
First quadrant. Now, the observer position is same. This is constant for all the four quadrants. You remember that. Now, assume the point is in this position. Now, how can I explain the position of point with respect to observer? Can I explain it like the point is above HP and behind VP? Can I explain it like that? Can I explain it like that?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Above
to-
HP and
Above HP and behind VP.
behind VP.
Behind VP. Okay. Now, for third quadrant, assume the point is in third quadrant. How can I explain? Again, the position of the observer is constant. He is here only in this direction. He is looking at the quadrant. Now, for a point which is in the third quadrant, how to explain the position?
Sir, below HP and in front of VP.
No, sorry. Half of your answer is right.
So below HP
Yeah.
and behind VP.
Behind
Below
we.
HP, below HP and behind VP. Am I right? Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, for fourth quadrant, what is the condition? Assume the point is in fourth quadrant. Now you explain the position of the point.
Below HP and in front of VP.
Below HP and in front of VP.
VP.
In front of VP. Now, I explained four possible possibilities for a point. Okay. The first one is above HP and in front of VP. Which quadrant?
First.
First quadrant. For now, below HP, behind VP. Which quadrant?
Third.
Third.
Fourth quadrant.
Below
No, sir.
HP,
Third quadrant.
behind VP. The third
Third
quadrant.
quadrant.
Okay. Below VP, above HP. Sorry. Behind VP, above HP.
Second.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant.
Below HP, in front of VP.
Fourth.
Fourth quadrant.
Fourth quadrant.
Above HP, in front of VP.
First quadrant.
First quadrant.
First quadrant. So this is how you will explain, okay, the position of a point. What they do, instead of giving the numbers, they just give the situations like this. What is that? If a point is above HP and behind VP, it belongs to which quadrant? That will be the question. What is that? If the point is above HP and behind VP, it is in which quadrant?
Second.
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 Second quadrant. You
Second.
should write that the point is in second quadrant. If the point is behind VP and below HP,
Third.
third quadrant. So you should name the quadrant in which the point is lying. They'll give the explanation like that: above HP, below HP, behind VP, in front of VP, like that. Right? Now, four cases I have explained: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, and fifth quadrant. If at all, if I say the point is above HP, means what are the possible quadrants?
First and second.
First and second. Okay, that is how you can avoid answering in giving worst answer. You can avoid giving worst answer. What is that? Above HP means there are only two possible quadrants, first and second. Below HP means there are two possible quadrants, fourth and third. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
In front of VP means how many quadrants possible?
2.
First and
First and fourth.
behind VP means how many quadrants possible?
Second and third.
Second and third. Okay. Now I'll give one more case where the point is above HP and it is on VP, like this. It means what? That VP belongs to both first, above HP on VP means the point belongs to both first and second. Am I right? You understand my words? Whenever it
Yes,
is
sir.
on VP and above HP, that point belongs to both first and second. If I say it is below HP and on VP, like this, what are the possible quadrants?
Third and fourth.
P4.
Third and fourth. If I say it is in front of VP and on HP, like this,
First and fourth.
what is that? It belongs to both first and fourth. If I say the point is on HP behind VP,
Second and third.
Second and third.
second and third. Okay. Now this is how they can give the reference for the position of a point. So what are the possibilities? Above HP in front of VP, above HP behind VP, below HP behind VP, below HP in front of VP. Four general possibilities, and then after that the point can be on VP, on HP. In that case, it belongs to any of the two quadrants. You understand this?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
I'm
No,
giving
sir.
2 minutes time.
No, sir.
You please ask me. Anyone, if you have any doubt on this, please ask me. Definitely, you see any of the question papers. Definitely, they will ask you to mention the quadrant in which the point lies. They'll just give the explanation like this: above HP, in front of VP, below HP, behind VP, point is on HP, behind VP, name the quadrant of the point. Like that, they'll ask. Any doubt? Any doubt? If you don't respond, there are two possibilities. The first one, my internet connection is not proper. And the second one, you understood everything. And the third possibility, you are not understanding anything. I believe my internet connection is not bad, but the other two possibilities you should answer now. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? Ashutosh Pandit, Atreya
Yes,
Heba,
sir.
you are understanding? Bharat
Yes.
Kumar,
No doubt, sir. Yes, sir.
Jayashri, Harshraj, Mini Sharma,
No doubt, sir.
Nancy,
No doubt, sir.
Prajwal, Premraj, Prajwal, Premraj, Priyabrata.
Yes, sir.
You are understanding the quadrants?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Brinda, Raghu.
Yes, sir. No doubts.
Okay. So I believe you all of you understood what is projection, what is projection, what is plane of projection, object, observer, projection lines, and then diverging property of projection lines and converging and then parallel projection lines. That we call it as orthographic projection. What are the conditions for orthographic projection? Projection line should be parallel and they should strike the plane of projection in perpendicular direction. To get the projection lines parallel, the observer should be at infinity. And one more point I told to remember is the sequence: observer, object, and plane of projection. You see here, yeah, here, here. See if it is in the first. I'll add one more slide. Let's not confuse. Okay. Now, you're able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is this quadrant? First one. What is this?
Second.
This is third, and this is fourth. Here is the observer. His position is constant for all the four quadrants. You'll be looking at the quadrants from this position itself. He is at infinity. Why he is at infinity? Why he is at
To
infinity?
plane parallel projection.
It is orthographic projection. We are discussing about the orthographic projection. Okay. Now, if the object is in the first quadrant, okay. Now, what is the sequence? Observer, object, and then this is plane of projection. For first quadrant, this is the plane of projection. Am I right? Plane of projection. Am I right? Now, what is the sequence? Observer, object, plane of projection. It means object is in between the observer and the plane of projection, first quadrant. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, if the object is in the second quadrant, now see the sequence. First comes observer, then comes plane of projection, then comes the object. Am I clear?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
clear?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
in first quadrant, object was in between plane of projection and observer. In second quadrant, plane of projection is in between object and the observer. You're getting my point? You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
The first sequence is observer, then object, then plane of projection. POP I'll write. P, plane of projection. The second possibility is observer, plane of projection, and object. So this is first type of sequence. This is second sequence. You see here in the first quadrant, this is the sequence we follow: observer, object, plane of projection. The second, what is the sequence? Observer, and then comes the plane of projection, and then comes the observer. You're understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
For third quadrant, what is the sequence?
Sir, observer, plane, and then object.
Is that clear? Very correct. For third quadrant, what is the sequence?
Observer,
Obs-
plane, and object.
Observer, plane of projection, and then object. And again, for fourth quadrant, what is the sequence? Fourth quadrant means the observer is here, okay, object is here, and this is the fourth quadrant. What is the sequence?
Observer, object, and plane.
Observer, object, and plane of projection. Don't say plane, say plane of projection. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The first and fourth quadrant will follow the same sequence. What is that? Observer, object, and plane of projection. The second and third quadrant will follow same sequence, that is observer, plane of projection, and then object. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that clear? Okay, I'll go to the next slide now. Now, yeah, this also we have explained. This we have seen this now. Now you see here, which is very important. You see how to convert. If I say, yeah, the horizontal plane and the vertical planes, they are called principal planes. What is that? Principal planes. Any doubt in that? How many principal planes? How many principal planes? Two.
Two.
What are those?
Horizontal, vertical.
horizontal plane and vertical plane. Vertical plane we denote it by VP, horizontal plane we denote it by HP. Now you see here, this is VP, this is also VP, this is HP, HP. Two principal planes, we call it as principal plane. Okay, then now, so the line which is common for both HP and VP, we call it as XY, or line of intersection of two reference planes, two principal planes. Which are the principal planes? VP and HP. The line of intersection of two principal planes, say VP and HP, we call that as XY. XY belongs to all the four quadrants. Am I clear? XY
Yes.
belongs to all the four quadrants. That line belongs to all the four quadrants. Okay. Now, see here, this is the first quadrant, as we have discussed already. This is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. The naming is in the correct order, right? In the anti-clockwise direction. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Others, please answer. Understand,
Yes, sir.
which is very
Yes,
important.
sir.
By your
Yes, sir.
response, I'll understand to what extent you people are, to what extent you people are following me. Response will show it. Understanding is the naming is in the right direction. First, second, third, fourth. Is it in the anti-clockwise direction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next. This is the direction of observation. Where is the observer? He is at
At infinity.
infinity. Observer is at infinity. But for all the four quadrants, this is the direction view. Direction of view. Direction of observation. That is same for all the four quadrants. You're getting my point? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With respect to that position of observer itself, we explain the position of point in different quadrants. Okay. So that position of the observer will not change. It is same for all the four quadrants. Okay. Now he is the observer. See here. That is the C. If the you can see the cursor. You can see the cursor, right? If the object is in the first quadrant, whatever the observer sees by standing in this position, that we call it as front view. Where we get the front view? On which plane we get the front view?
VP.
On
First quadrant.
On the
Vertical plane.
vertical plane.
the
Vertical plane.
vertical plane. Front view always we get on the vertical plane. You understand that? The observer is standing in front of the object. Whatever he sees by standing in front of the object, that is front view. Okay, that we get, that projection we get on the vertical plane, and that view we call it as front view. So what is the view we get on the vertical plane? What is the view? Front view. Always on the vertical plane, it is front view, no doubt. That is same for all the chapters for the whole CAD. You're getting my point? Always we get the front view on the vertical plane, or the view what we get on the vertical plane is always front view. Clear about it?
Yes, sir.
Now next C. That is a top view. Whatever you see from the top, I mean from somewhere from the top at infinity distance, okay. So whatever you see from the top, that is top view. In which plane we get the top view? In which plane we get? In which plane?
Horizontal plane.
Horizontal plane. What is the view we get on the horizontal plane?
Top view.
Top view, front view and top view. Front view always on the vertical plane, top view always on the horizontal plane. Any doubt in that?
No, sir.
No. Next, if you see from this direction, this is how it looks, the quadrant. If you see from this direction, this is how it looks. Am I right? See X and Y. And then VP, HP. This is the observer. Then first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Is that clear? The quadrants. We have discussed the naming of the quadrant. Okay. And then the sequence for different quadrants. And then the position of point with respect to different quadrants. Okay. And then top view and front view. Where we get the front view? Where we get the front view? Always
Horizontal
on the
plane.
vertical plane. Vertical plane. Someone said horizontal plane. Front view always on the vertical plane. Top view always on the
Horizontal plane.
horizontal plane. Okay. So I'm giving 1 minute time. If you want, you can make a note of these points. You can write in your own words what are the discussion we did till now. You can make a note of it. Okay. So I'll just go through the slides. Projection we have discussed, and then the different definitions: plane of projection, what is the projection line, observer, object, sequence of it, and then the properties of projection lines we have discussed. And then okay, this we have not yet discussed. Okay, yeah, and then orthographic projection and the conditions for orthographic projection we have discussed. And then different quadrants and the direction of naming or numbering we have discussed. Okay, and then the position of point with respect to 4 different quadrants we have discussed. Okay, and then yeah, the general overview of the quadrants, 4 quadrants, and where we get front view and top view, that we have discussed. Okay, front view always on the vertical plane, top view always on the horizontal plane. You remember, top view and front view. Top view on the horizontal plane, front view on the vertical plane. So I had one more slide to explain the top view and front view. Yeah, see here. Orthographic projection. See, what are the information that is required to draw the projection? What is the first one? Object. What is the object? Whether it is a point or plane or solid, whatever it is. And then observer. Okay, where is the observer? It means observer, whether he is in front of the object or at the top, whether he is looking at the object, standing in front of the object or from the top, whether it is front view or top view. To identify that, you should know the observer and location of the object. Location of the object means its distance. If I take object as a point, what is the distance of that point from the horizontal plane and the vertical plane? That is the location of the object. That will define the location of the object. You see here the left side figure. You can see. So there is a box. The observer is here. Whatever you see, you can see the projectors. Are they not parallel to each other? You can observe. Are they not parallel?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if they are parallel and if they are striking perpendicular to the plane of projection, what is the size of the object? Is it same as actual size?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is orthographic projection. This is orthographic projection. The projection lines are parallel. See here. You observe all the 4 projection lines. So first one, second one, third one, and fourth one. All the 4 projection lines, they are parallel and they are striking perpendicular to the plane of projection. So he is standing in front of the object, and this is vertical plane. That is on the vertical plane. What is the view we get? On the vertical plane, what is the view we get?
So front.
Front view. See the second one. Second one, see here, he is seeing from the top. Whatever is seeing from the top, that is the top view. That will be projected on which plane?
Horizontal plane.
Top view always projected on the horizontal plane. Here also the line of projections, they are parallel. Okay, see here, this is the top view. This is top view and this is front view. Okay, here it is, they have written, no? Here it is front view and here it is top view. Okay, now this is the first quadrant. Is that clear? Orthographic projection. Orthographic projection. Any doubt? Any doubt on this?
No, sir.
Shall I proceed? We have discussed quadrants, orthographic projection, and then properties of projection lines, and then the position of point or object with respect to different quadrants also we have discussed. Any doubt up to here? Shall I proceed?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, I'll proceed further. Now, first one, you see here, any object, okay, in 3D space is named by capital letter. If I say a point, say A, in 3D, in space, it is denoted by capital letter, say A. You see here, I've written the same thing here. Okay, any point, say point A, in space is denoted by capital A. Okay, in space it is capital A. Okay, its front view is denoted by small letter. Front view, top view, and the side view. What is side view? I'll tell you. Okay, the front view is denoted by small letter and dash, A dash. Okay, and the top view is denoted by again small letter A without dash. Capital A is point in space, A dash is the front view, A is the top view. You're getting my point? Whenever I say A dash, that is the front view itself. This is how you should name the views, different views. Right? If it is a point in 3D or in space, it is capital A. Its top view is denoted by small a without dash. Its front view is denoted by small a with the dash, and its side view is denoted by double dash. This is front view, this is top view, and this is side view. You getting my point? Understand? If there is a point, say B in space, how to denote it? How to denote a point in space, say by name B? How to denote it? Capital B. Am I right? Am I right?
Sir, repeat once again.
Yes. No, there is nothing. No. How to name the different views I am explaining. Assume there is a point in space. You give any name to point. You give X, you give A to Z, whatever it is. You give the numbers also. Number, there is no capital or small. Okay. Namely, the alphabets. Okay. Say, for example, there is a point B in space. So it is denoted by capital B. In space, it is denoted by capital B. The notations we use to define the point in space is capital letter. Its front view is what? Small. Front view and top view and side views, they are denoted by small letters. Okay. Its top view is B. Its front view is B dash, and its side view is B double dash. With a small letter without dash, that is top view. Okay. Small letter with dash, it is front view. Small letter with double dash, that is side view. You're getting my point? Notations. There is a point C. There is a point C in space denoted by capital C. Its top view is denoted by answer. Its top view is denoted by small c. Front view is denoted by C dash.
Small C dash.
And then side view is denoted by
C double dash.
C double dash. This is how you should name the different views of a point in orthographic projection. You getting my point? That is what they have written here. Object. What is object? Object may be a point. If the object is point A, its top view is denoted by small a, and then front view is A dash, and the side view is A double dash. Okay. if the line, there is a line, say AB, in space it is denoted by capital AB, line AB. Its top view is small ab. Its front view is A dash B dash. Its side view is A double dash B double dash. You getting my point? You understood?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this?
No doubt,
Capital
sir.
letters in space, small letter without dash is top view, small letter with dash is front view, small letter with double dash is side view. You can make a note of it. I'll give 1 minute time for it. Just make a note of that. Notations. Following notation should be followed while naming different views in orthographic projection. Over. Over.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Next. We'll see. Now you understood the quadrants, naming of the quadrants, different views, and which view we get on horizontal plane, which view we get on vertical plane. That also we have discussed, and we have also discussed the position of the object with respect to different quadrants, like above HP, in front of VP, above HP, behind VP, like that. The position of the point with respect to different quadrants, that also we have discussed. Now we'll discuss how to denote or how to show the quadrant in single plane. You see, vertical plane and then horizontal plane, they are perpendicular to each other. Am I right? Am I right? Yes or no? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right? What is that? I was discussing about, yeah, see, now, what is this? First one, horizontal line is horizontal plane. The vertical line is vertical plane. Okay. Now, I'll show you one more. Now, yeah, this is how the quadrants look like. Am I clear? Is it not looking like quadrant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it not looking like quadrant? One side it is little bigger or lengthier, but adjust still. You can correlate with the quadrant, right? Like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now understand. Now only thing you should understand is, see here. This is, yeah. Now what you can see, this is vertical plane, and what you can see now, this is a horizontal plane. Am I right? Are they not perpendicular to each other? By property, they are perpendicular to each other, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now, you'll draw it on A4 sheet. You'll draw it on the book. I will draw it on the board. Is it, the distance from horizontal plane? It is shown in the vertical plane. Anyway, board is in the vertical direction. but how to show the distance of point from the vertical plane? How will I show? You're understanding my point? My simple question is, your object or paper on which you're writing is 2D, but the space quadrant is 3D. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now that 3D should be shown in 2D. You understanding my point? The
Yes,
quadrant
sir.
space is 3D. Okay. The quadrants or coordinates will be 3D. Because both the distance from x horizontal plane, distance from vertical plane, they're in different directions. Okay, they're not in the same plane, but your plane of paper on which you are writing is in one plane, right? Do you have two planes there? One is one
No, sir.
dimension, you'll show it on the horizontal paper if you keep it horizontal. The other dimension is in the vertical plane, right? How will you show it? You getting my point?
Yes, sir.
For that, what we should do, you should convert the 3D to 2D. 3D to 2D. Understood? 3D to 2D. How to convert that different, if I take the first quadrant, how to show it on the 2D sheet of paper. That is what is my next topic. Just observe, be careful, okay? Be attentive. I'm trying to explain how to show the first quadrant, okay, on the plane, or how to convert the 3D to 2D. 3D to 2D. Okay. Now, what we have done previously, I'll go back to the PPT. Now you see here, I'll include one more slide. Yeah. Okay. You see here in this. Okay. Assume uh, the point. I'm taking point as the object. Assume the point is in the first quadrant. First quadrant. It means, so in this, here it is, and here it is here. Okay. So this is the distance from HP, and this is the distance from what? What is this?
VP.
Distance from VP, and this is the distance of the point from HP. Now you are seeing it from here. You are the observer. Assume you are in the classroom. Assume this is the board, classroom board. Okay, board acts like a vertical plane. Okay, this dimension you can show it on the board. But how about this dimension? How you show it on the board? Is it possible? That dimension should be shown on which plane? This dimension, the distance from VP should be shown on which plane? Horizontal plane, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, this is not possible on the plane of paper. What we should do? We should bring back this HP to this vertical plane so that both are on the same plane. You can show both the dimension on the sheet of paper. That is what we do by converting 3D to 2D. What exactly we do? See here, the naming is in which direction? The naming of the quadrant is in which direction? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, right? To bring back the horizontal plane back to the vertical plane. I mean, to make both HP and VP on the same plane, what we do? We rotate horizontal plane always in clockwise direction, like this. The naming is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, the horizontal plane should be rotated in clockwise direction, opposite direction. If I rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction, it will become like this. Am I right? This is vertical plane. Once I rotate horizontal plane in the clockwise direction by 90 degree, it will overlap with this, and this will be the HB. Am I right? This is X and Y. You getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Yes or no? What I did? The naming is in the anti-clockwise direction. The numbering is in the anti-clockwise direction. To convert the 3D to 2D, what I do, I will rotate horizontal plane. This process remains constant for all the 4 quadrants. Now I am explaining with respect to first quadrant. What is the process? I should rotate always to convert the 3D to 2D. I should always rotate the horizontal plane. In which direction? Clockwise
Clockwise
direction.
Clockwise.
By how much angle?
90 degree.
90 degree. Rotate always the horizontal plane in clockwise direction, because numbering is done in the anti-clockwise direction. Horizontal plane should be rotated in clockwise direction. And then by what angle? 90 degree.
90 degree.
You just remember this. This is the process. Always I should rotate horizontal plane in the clockwise direction and in the by what angle? 90 degree. Is that clear? And see here, always this is the point of observation. These two are the point of observations. Okay. Clockwise means what? In which if I see from here, clockwise looks anti-clockwise. But this is not. The observer should be always here. The numbering for you should be anti-clockwise direction. That is how you should stand here. Okay. So if you stand here, the horizontal plane should be rotated in which direction? Which direction? Clockwise direction. This is the process. You remember it. Okay. So now for first quadrant, if I rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction, if I see it from this position, so these two will overlap and it looks like this. Above XY line, this is XY line, right? Above XY line, it is VP. Below XY line, it will be HP. See here? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. In 2D, what it means, what I can conclude, if I draw XY line in 2D, whatever it is above XY line, it is VP, and whatever it is below XY line, that is HP for first quadrant. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Others. In first quadrant, which will come? Vertical plane will come above XY line or below XY line for first quadrant?
Above XY line.
Horizontal plane?
Below XY line.
Sir, below.
Below XY line. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, the same thing I will show here. You see, now, this is a quadrant. 4 quadrants we have. Point A is placed in different quadrants and its front view and top views are brought in same plane for observer to see clearly. It means we are converting 3D to 2D. That is what is the meaning of that sentence. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we'll understand how to convert that in the first, the first quadrant. See, this is the first quadrant. You see the red line. Red line is what? Both the red lines. They are. You see here. This is first quadrant, right? First quadrant. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
What is that? First quadrant, right? So we are not interested in the second, third, fourth now. I am explaining only the first quadrant. Okay. So now first quadrant. Now see here. First quadrant, point A is in first quadrant. If the point A is in first quadrant, see, this is the point. Now that is in space, how it is denoted? Capital A. Here is the observer. Then its front view will be projected on which plane? Front view will be projected on vertical plane. Now what you can see on the vertical plane is the front view. It is denoted by what? Front view of A is what?
A dash.
A dash.
A dash. Okay, that is A dash. That is point. The point that is front view, which is A dash. Okay. Now, whatever you project it on the horizontal plane, what is that? Which view is that?
Top view.
Top view. It is denoted by
Small a.
small a. That is the top view. And then, okay, how to convert? How to show it on a sheet of paper? How to convert the 3D to 2D? You see here, observe it. What we have done to convert the 3D to 2D in the first quadrant, what we have done, we have just rotated this horizontal plane in what direction? In which direction we have rotated?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Is it not clockwise? You see, just see that it is in which direction? In which
Clockwise.
direction I have rotated? Clockwise. By what angle?
90 degree.
90 degree. Okay. So this is and what this point, it is origin. Origin is what? XY line. In the other direction, it is XY line. Okay. If you see it from here, this origin is a line, XY line. Okay. Now, so this dimension, the distance of point from HP is shown in the vertical plane, that is shown in the front view, and the distance of the same point from vertical plane, it is shown in the top view and in the HP. To convert the 3D to 2D, what we have done, we have rotated horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. Now I can show whatever it is above XY line, that is VP, whatever it is below XY line, that is HP.
HP.
Right? Now, in the same way, see, on HP, what is the view we are getting? Top view. It is denoted by A. Okay. Now, you come back to the second one. Second one, now, you see the red lines will denote the second quadrant. Any doubt in that? Any doubt in that?
No, sir.
No. What is the process to convert 3D to 2D? What is the process?
Sir, marking the point and then pointing
Not-
its front view. And
That is not that. What is the process? 3 points I mentioned it to convert 3D to 2D. What I should do? I should rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in which direction?
in clockwise direction.
Clockwise direction, right? Okay. If I rotate, you see here, if I rotate, yeah, you observe here, if I rotate, see, okay, this is the second quadrant, right? This part is the second quadrant. You are understanding? You can see what I should do. I should rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in clockwise direction if I see it from here. If I rotate it like that, both will be overlapped, right? Yes or no? If I rotate it like this, HP will overlap with VP. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So here is the observer. Here is the observer. If I see it from here, after overlapping, whether I can see VP or HP.
Sir, where?
What I can see? No, here is the observer. Okay. If it is overlapped, whether I can see VP or HP.
Sir, HP.
How HP? HP is behind, no? Here is the observer. HP is overlapped. First is VP, no? Then comes HP.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Which is behind? HP or VP?
Sir, HP is behind.
HP is behind. Then it is, or no, the first comes VP. We can see VP, but HP we cannot see. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? The second quadrant. Second quadrant. You come back to the third quadrant. Third quadrant is here. What is the now with respect to second quadrant? Yeah, you see here. In first quadrant, above XY, XY, whatever above XY line, that is VP, and whatever it is below XY line, that is HP, that is in case of first quadrant. Right? Now, in the second quadrant, when you rotate it, both will overlap. Am I right? Both will overlap. Yes or no? You see here, the second quadrant, if I rotate, both will overlap, right? Whether they are above XY line or below XY line.
Above XY line.
Above XY line, right? First comes VP. First comes VP. Next comes HP, which is behind, which we cannot see, that we have written in the bracket. Whatever we see, we write in the bracket, that is hidden exchange. Hidden, I mean, okay, whatever it is hidden, we write it in the bracket. So in second quadrant, both VP and HP will come above XY line. Any doubt in that?
No,
Any
sir.
doubt? Any doubt? Others? Others?
No doubt.
Okay, now I'll show you the third quadrant. Okay, now which is the third quadrant? Third quadrant is this. Third quadrant is this, right? You understand? What is the procedure? What we should do? Rotate horizontal plane in the clockwise direction by 90 degree. It means what? For third quadrant, just rotate horizontal plane in the 90 degree. Now, in the third quadrant, it will be like this. What is that? XY line in the third quadrant. What is that? Above XY line, which one will come? You see here, this is the third quadrant. Third quadrant is like this. Third quadrant is like this. So you rotate horizontal plane. So if you rotate horizontal plane in the clockwise direction by 90 degree, above XY line, it is HP. Am I right? It is HP. Below XY line, it is VP. You getting my point? Understanding?
Yes, sir.
The third quadrant. I'm talking about the third quadrant. But whereas fourth quadrant, now you should answer. Fourth quadrant, you people only should answer. You just observe the quadrant. Now, which is the fourth quadrant? This is the fourth quadrant. Yeah, this is the fourth quadrant. Now, yeah. So this is the fourth quadrant. Now, just follow the process. What is that? You should rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. If you rotate like this, both will overlap. HP and VP will overlap. Am I right? Whether they are below XY line or above XY line.
Below.
Are they below XY line or above XY line? Just observe this slide. The fourth
Sir,
quadrant,
below.
both are below, but for the observer, where is the observer? Here is the observer. Observer position is constant. I told you. So here is the observer. Am I right? So for observer, when HP overlaps with VP, whether you can see HP or VP.
HP.
HP.
HP, right? Why? Because first comes HP. When they overlap in front of you, what is first? HP or VP?
HP.
HP, right? So whatever it is behind, it is VP. Both are overlapped. Both are below XY line, but observer can see HP, but he cannot see VP. But because VP is behind HP in the fourth quadrant. Is that clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
now in the fourth quadrant, this is fourth quadrant. Now, are they below XY line or above XY line?
Below X.
Below. Now, what observer can see? HP or VP?
HP.
HP he can see, VP he cannot see. That I should mention in bracket. Right? It means observer can see the top view, but he cannot see the front view in the fourth quadrant. You see here in the second quadrant, observer can see the front view, he cannot see the top view. It is overlapped. Whichever is in bracket, that is hidden. Is that clear? This is with respect to first quadrant. In first quadrant, Vertical plane is above xy line, horizontal plane is below xy line. In second quadrant, both are above xy line. VP in bracket HP. In third quadrant, HP is above xy line, VP is below xy line. In fourth quadrant, both are below xy line. Understand? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is, if you understand this much, now almost the first chapter is over. First chapter is over. Only thing we should solve the problems, because you understood the position of point in different quadrants. If it is above HP, in front of VP, which quadrant? Above HP, in front of VP,
First quadrant.
first quadrant. If it is below HP, behind VP.
Third.
Third.
If
Third.
it is below HP, in front of
Third.
VP. If it is
Fourth.
Fourth.
below HP, in front of VP.
Fourth.
Fourth.
If it is above HP, behind VP.
Second H.
Second.
Second. Okay. You understand the whether the by seeing the position explanation for the position, you can understand whether the position point is in first quadrant or second, third, or fourth. Now you understand how to denote or how to show that in a sheet of paper. How to show that if it is first quadrant, how to show it on the sheet of paper. Draw the horizontal line XY, whatever it is above XY line, what is that plane? The first quadrant. What is that plane? You see, you can see the screen. I have
Vertical
written
plane.
vertical plane. Whatever it is below XY line, that is HP. That is for the first quadrant. Now second quadrant, draw a horizontal line, that is XY. What is that XY? XY belongs to all the four quadrants. It is the intersection of both the principal planes. I told you. Is that clear? Now, in second quadrant, both will come above XY line. VP in bracket HP. Why I have written HP in bracket?
Sir, it is behind.
Behind, hidden. Okay. In third quadrant, what is the case? The third quadrant,
Above XY line is HP and below is VP.
below is VP. The fourth quadrant, I expect others also to answer. What is the case with fourth quadrant?
Below XY line HP and behind VP.
No. Both will come below XY line, but you can see HP, not VP. That is why VP is in bracket, because VP is behind HP. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Others, make a note of this.
Yes, sir.
Make a note of all these points. Okay. You just remember these 3 points. What is that? For all the quadrants, the observer position is same and the direction in which you see the quadrant is same. How to convert 3D to 2D? Wherever you are, whether you are in first, second, third, fourth, doesn't matter. Just take that quadrant, rotate HP by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. Whether it comes below XY line, above XY line, whether it overlaps, it doesn't matter. Just follow this procedure. What is that? You should rotate HP by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. So that will convert 3D to 2D. If you just follow that step, whether they come above XY line or below XY line, and which will come in front, which will be written in bracket, that you should understand. So that is what is the whole concept of first chapter. If you understand that, I mean, if you ask me, 90% of the first chapter is over. If you have any doubt, please ask me here. Please cooperate. Please understand. Please ask the doubts if you have. I am only talking from 130. It is little difficult. If it is one way, if it is not interactive, it is little difficult. That too, especially after lunch. I cannot name each and everyone and ask the doubts. You people please unmute yourself, ask me the doubts and make a note of this. Very important. Okay, and show the previous slide once. Okay, now this is the reference frame. Whether it is above HP, below HP, behind VP, in front of VP, that is with respect to that. Then we have understood the sequence also, and then we have seen all the 4 quadrants. We have seen how to convert 3D to 2D, and after converting all the 4 quadrants, 3D to 2D. So this is what is the situation. In first quadrant, above XY line it is VP, below XY line it is HP. In second quadrant, both will come above XY line. In third quadrant, above XY line it is HP, below XY line it is VP. In this is third quadrant. In fourth quadrant, both will come below XY line. How we got it? We followed the same procedure for all. What we have done? We have rotated horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. You need not to by heart this. Just remember that process. Rotating horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. You need not to by heart. At this point, it may look like, yo, what is this? You're not able to understand. No, definitely. If you just practice once, you'll not forget. And this is a kind of subject. If you just understand whatever I teach during the class hours, that is good enough to, face MSc. You just half an hour before the exam, if you just revise, you can score well. This is that kind of a subject. It is not like other subjects. Like, you should study whole day, all the theory, all the diagrams. No, just understand the concept and practice during the class hour itself. That is good enough. So your preparation for the exams will get over. At least 60% of the preparation will get over during the class hour itself. But need your cooperation. That's all. I don't know. I've explained so many things in today's class. How many of you have noted what are the points I've discussed? That is what is the cooperation. You just check your notebook. How much you have written in the notebook, that much you are cooperating. It is not like chemistry or EME so that we can prepare the notes and no, it is not that type of subject. We just teach and we just give the question. There is nothing to read and understand. You should listen to us. You should catch the points. That's all. Any doubt? You understood how to convert 3D to 2D? You got the point? You see here, I will show you this slide again with respect to first quadrant. You see the same process they'll do here also. See here, first quadrant, front view, top view, rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. So below XY line, that is HP, above XY line, it is VP. Okay, then come to the second quadrant. Here again, rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. So in that case, HP will overlap with VP, but for the observer, you can see VP, you can't see HP because HP is behind VP. See here, the second quadrant, observer is at the same point. That is point A in the second quadrant. Now that is front view denoted by A dash. This is top view denoted by A. Now what we have done? We have rotated HP by 90 degree. Both will come above XY line. The same in case of third quadrant also. You see here also what we do? We rotate horizontal plane by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. In that case, above XY line, HP will come. Below XY line, VP will be there. Okay. See HP. This is a point in third quadrant. A. This is front view, which will come on VP. Then it is denoted by A dash. This is top view, which will come on HP. But to show it, to convert the 3D to 2D, what we do? We rotate HP by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. See, rotates and show it. So whatever it is above XY line, it is HP, and that is top view. Yeah. So in case of fourth quadrant, here also we do the same thing. See, this is point in the fourth quadrant. Front view, A dash, to top view. Now it is on HP. Top view is on HP. Top view always on HP. Now how to convert? Rotate HP by 90 degree in the clockwise direction. If you rotate, both will come below XY line. So that is denoted by K. Is that clear? You just see this slide. All the four possibilities are explained in this. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You're able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
All the four possibilities converting 3D to 2D that I have explained in this slide. You can see the direction of it, direction of rotation. You're able to understand that process, right? Any doubt, please stop me here and ask.
No doubt, sir.
Others?
No doubt.
This is a kind
No
of
doubt.
subject explaining more is also dangerous. You should explain only how much it is required for it. That's all. See, this whole summary, it is there in that slide. What is that? Position of the point. If it is in the first quadrant, above HP, in front of. How you will define the point in the first quadrant? How you define the position of the point in the first quadrant? Yes, Srishti, Satyadev, Ria.
Sir, above horizontal plane and in front of a vertical plane.
That is the position of a point in the first quadrant.
First quadrant.
Okay, above XY line, front view, whatever you get on HP, whether it is top view or front view.
Top view.
Top view. Okay. Yeah, you see here. So in the first quadrant, whatever you get on XY line, above XY line, it is VP. It means what? On VP, what you get? Front view. So above XY line in the first quadrant, above XY line, it is front view. Below XY line, it is top view. Same way, the second quadrant. How to define the position of the point in the second quadrant? Above HP, behind VP. So in the second quadrant, both HP and VP will come above XY line. But HP was in bracket. It means you can see VP, you can't see HP. In the same way, whatever the view on VP you can see, whatever view on HP you can't see, because it is written in the bracket for second quadrant. What is the view in VP?
Front view.
What is the view? Front view. Front view, okay, that is A dash, and the top view is A. Since HP is written in bracket, so when you denote it, that also should be written in bracket. If it is overlapped, okay. Now see here the second one, above HP, behind VP, both above XY line, and this is how you show front view and top view. B, what is B? B is what?
Top view.
Top view. B dash is front view. Okay. If both the dimensions are same, B and B dash will overlap, right? In that case, which one you'll write in the bracket? for the second quadrant, assume here one dimension is 10, the other dimension is 20. B dash means what? B dash is front wave, it is distance from VP. Okay, that is 10. So B is top wave, that is distance from VP. Okay, that is 20. If both are same, so B and B dash will overlap, right? In that case, which will come in bracket?
B.
So B.
B, because HP is in bracket. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The third quadrant. What is the position of a point in the third quadrant? How to explain?
Sir, below HP and behind VP.
Below HP, behind VP. For third quadrant, it is a reversal of first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, above XY line, it is VP. Below XY line, it is HP. In the third quadrant, it is ulta. Above XY line, it is HP. Below XY line, it is VP. Right? Then fourth quadrant, it is again the reversal of second. Both will come below XY line. So, and there HP was in bracket. Here, VP will be in bracket. You understand? This is the whole summary of this today's class. You can take the screenshot of this if you want. You can make a note of this if you want. But if you ask me, I have given enough explanation to understand, you know, the whole quadrant system. Now you should tell me if there are any doubts. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir. No.
No, sir.
Okay. Now this is all about quadrant system. So in the next class onwards, from next class onwards, that is on Friday, okay, I'll solve the different problems on different quadrants. Different problems on different quadrants. See here, yeah, I have the slides with different problems with the different quadrants, like this: second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. It's the combined one. If it is on HP or on VP, like that. Okay, all the possibilities what we have explained above, below, behind, in front, and on HP, on VP. So all the four, all the 6 or 7 or 8 possibilities. For all the 8 possibilities, we'll solve problems on each type. Okay, and then we'll give some of the homework questions. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll see in the next class. If there are any doubts, okay, you just let me know whenever you are free, or whenever the class schedule is free. I can repeat the same thing also. Okay, you can let me know through the class CR.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please write to me if there are any
Thank
doubts.
you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.